OK, Paul, thanks very much. I know you're going to have much more on Moneybox, so you can catch Paul on Radio 4 at midday on Moneybox.
Time now, 8:52. If you're planning on going to the shops this weekend, dare you go, dare you do it. Frenzied scenes at some places across the country yesterday, what's becoming known as Black Friday, as people rush to take advantage of those big discounts, or supposedly big discounts.
I don't think there are any left after those crazy scenes we saw, because the Day of Deals, it's a tradition that began in the United States, and this is where retailers drop their prices on the Friday straight after Thanksgiving, and it's catching on over here. We're asking, though, is this an opportunity to save money, or is it a marketing trick to get us to spend even more? Yeah, we're going to speak this morning to Catherine Shuttleworth, who's a retail and marketing analyst, and to Gareth English, who's a customer psychologist at London Metropolitan University. Morning to both of you. Good morning.
But before we have a chat, let's just remind ourselves, shall we? Stay calm, everybody. This is how far some people went yesterday to try to get themselves a bargain. Yeah.
I'm here for the TV and anything else I can grab.
I'm after TV.
I'm after a phone.
Could have reasonably predicted last night that they were going to get significant crowds. They've clearly failed to do that.
I mean, that is what you needed. No, certainly not. Certainly not. I'd be scared. I'd be absolutely scared.
Astonishing pictures. Let's speak to both of you. Catherine, are those people, are they getting great bargains?
Some of them are, but some of them aren't. And they're not pictures the retailers will want to see this morning. That's not a great thing for the retailers. I think they've said this morning, they've come out and said they've got to learn lessons from that. That's not what we want to see in the UK on any Friday.
But people are spending money, they're going out, it gets us all into the idea of shopping. I'd have thought that was good for retail.
The great news yesterday is that we were spending £360,000 a minute online and in stores, and they think it's going to be the biggest online day ever. Everybody was predicting it was going to be Monday. The stores were packed yesterday. I was out in stores yesterday. They were really busy. But I think it's really important to know that that wasn't every store. So those films we saw there, some of these retailers have got 700 shops, and they had issues probably in about a dozen of them. And it was usually the ones that opened at midnight, and I think that's something that needs to be looked at. But the thing is, we all want to start the shopping season, and there's been a bit of conversation about that this morning, about why we're doing it now. What you've got to remember is yesterday most people were paid. It was their November paycheck, and it's one of the few months of the year where people are paid 5 weekly and 4 weekly are paid on the same day. It's a really big day, and it's the start of the Christmas shopping season. And the retailers want us in their stores. They want us to have a look at what they've got this year. They want us to touch and feel merchandise. They want the season to get started. It's been a really tough year for the retailers. They want us to get going. And yesterday, it looks like the nation had a real appetite to get going shopping as well.
Gareth, the psychology, I mean, what's going on in someone's mind when they are willing to literally, shove someone out of the way, grab something out of someone, behave in ways you would never behave normally?
Absolutely. So there are a couple of really interesting things going on from a consumer psychology point of view. So first off, the stores are playing into our psychology. They know that if they can make something seem more urgent, more popular and more exclusive, we're going to want to buy it right away. So they're playing into that. Black Friday has a limited number of deals.
I don't understand why we fall for it, because we always complain, Boxing Day sales, New Year's sales, you know, people say, right, I'm not going to buy my Christmas presents for Christmas because I know they're all going to be on sale. Surely we're a bit more wiser to it, aren't we?
Yeah, but we're also all humans. It plays into our basic psychology. If these stores can make these things seem urgent, make it seem something that other people are missing out on, then we're going to go for it.
And Catherine, you're saying that this is not good for the stores, they're going to rethink this in the future, but I just wonder whether this is so striking, these pictures, it creates such an event, they're going to have no choice, are they? It's going to be like, this is with us to stay.
This is with us to stay, and it's the way that they deliver it. But I think what's with us to stay is a whole weekend of activity. So if you are going out shopping today, it's a great day to go to stores because there are discounts.
Is there anything left?
Yeah, loads of stuff left. And what's happening is that retailers are not just doing short, sharp shocks like you saw yesterday. Most of the big retailers and the biggest retailers in the country are doing 30% and 20% off this weekend. This is a Christmas for the consumer, and it really is a great time to go shopping because the retailers need us back in their stores.
Gareth, what do you think changes when all year, or most of the year, we sit and we budget. And you hear that the economy, it's going to be a long while before interest rates go up because the economy is not strong enough to withstand it. You know, we're not feeling wage increases because of inflation. What happens? What switches? What has made us, or made people who really do go for these bargains that Catherine's describing with such fervour?
That's it. So we get caught up into some of these perceptual traps. Humans, we're not rational. We get caught up in our emotions. We think that we're going to allow ourselves to be rational, and then we do things like we see something that says 50% discount, 75% discount. We forget the amount of money we're actually spending because we get caught up in the excitement about how much money we're saving.
And are we really? I mean, this is the crucial question, Catherine. You've been looking through the numbers. How good are these deals? I mean, you're saying that across the weekend there's money to be saved, but those people who've got the tellies in the pictures that we've just seen, have they got the brilliant bargains? Are these great deals?
There are some great deals. If you look, the thing to do is do your research. So decide what you want to buy, do the research, understand what the standard price is, and make sure you're buying a great deal. But there are some absolutely fantastic deals there.
But the shops never put a deal on that means they lose money.
Some of these deals the retailers will lose money on because what they want to do is to get you into their stores. So not all of these deals are great for the retailers. There's been a lot of discussion about was there not enough stock, were there too few items? And that's because they sell a limited number of items to get them through to get you in. But what's changed this weekend in the UK is it's a whole weekend of discounts. But the other thing that's happening today that's not been talked about as much, which is a real shame, is today's Small Shop Saturday. And it's about going to local small stores and supporting them. And I think that's something else that we can consider getting behind, about how do we support the smaller retailers as well as the big ones who offer these great discounts.
What sort of Sunday is it? Have we got a name for that yet?
No, not yet. Maybe we should have a rest this Sunday, I don't know.
Resting Sunday.
Yes, possibly.
Thank you both very much indeed.
Thank you.
It's interesting. Lots of pictures on the front page of the papers of that. And we're going to be looking inside the papers a bit later, aren't we?
Definitely. OK, still to come on Breakfast, we're also going to take a closer look at the stories that have caught David Davis's eyes. But do stay with us. We'll be back with the headlines later on.
See you in a sec.
What can you do in 4 minutes? Boil an egg. Change a light bulb. Perhaps. But with Radio 4 in